Hey, Marty here. Welcome to the Sublime to the Ridiculous video blog edition. I talk a lot about me Grandpa Joe, but me Grandma Cosgriff, his wife, she was pretty cool too. She was just a little bit more sly and understated about it. As I was growing up, Grandma and Grandpa Joe lived next door. And as I'm facing the front door of my house, the corner to my left, the corner of their house, had a pretty big window, literally right up in the corner of the house, but facing ours. I remember coming home one night, midnight or so, something like that, when I was 17 or 18, and I go to put the key in my door, and I can't help but feel being watched. And we've all had that. Oh, you feel like you're being watched, and you tell yourself nothing's going on, but for whatever reason, that particular night, I remember leaning back and looking over toward Grandma's house and kind of waving like this. And lo and behold, from that window I'm describing, the curtain got pulled back, and there was my smiling grandmother's face and waving back at me, as if acknowledging, okay, so she's keeping an eye on comings and goings. And then for the next few years until I moved out, whenever I was coming home late at night, I'd always stop before I opened the door, lean back, wave at my grandmother, and invariably she'd pull the curtain back and wave back at me, okay? Now, as I said, I eventually moved out. I bought a house down the block. And as it turns out, my grandmother's house was between our shop and my house. So one day after work, I'm walking down the block, and my grandmother happens to be on the porch and says, hey, you busy tonight? You doing anything? No, Grandma, I'm not doing anything. She goes, hey, can you come back after dinner, and I got a tree I want you to trim. Yeah, no problem, Grandma. I go home and I eat, and I come back down an hour or so later with a handsaw, and, she shows me the tree she wants trimmed, and it's to the left side of her porch as you're looking at it, so aimed more or less down my way down the block. So I'm up in this tree, and what y'all saw that thing over there, I saw it off and let it drop. And how about this thing here? Saw it off, let it drop. I trim off 5-6 branches, and I finally said to her, Graham, I don't mind doing this at all. Not a problem helping you out trimming your tree, but I can't help but ask, why now do you need this tree trimmed? And she said, very straight-faced, because I need to see down to your house. From that night forward, when I was going into my own house down the block, I would always lean back and wave down the street toward Grandma's house, even though it was almost a whole block away. And I just can't help but feel that on a different window on the other side of her house, she was probably waving back at me. Anyway, that's my tale for today. Thanks for watching, listening. Please like, subscribe, please comment. I'd really like it. In the meantime, this is Marty going from the Sublime to the Ridiculous.